Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content tonight is going to get some comments. I know it, because this is something that Trump came out swinging at the NRA. Now, I know this is going to have a lot of pro, a lot of con. Let me know what you guys think of this, because everything is in those comments, because this is one of those things that you guys need to see. Now, as you guys know, I'm at NRA, hence the background. I'm outside of the war wagon. And before I get into what Trump actually said, this NRA show is different. I'm telling you, reporting from the actual show itself, the audience demographics are significantly younger. There are families here, there are young here, and they are actively engaged in the entire event. Now, I'm not saying anything about the NRA, but what I'm saying is the Second Amendment community, I'm telling you, it's different from the last NRA shows I've been to. There's something to note. It's completely anecdotal, but it is a great thing to see. But now, we're going to walk into what Trump said, and I'm going to do a high level, because as I was actually here, he said a few things that I think you guys are going to be interested in, and I will provide more clips as we go further, because technically, I can't get to all of them because I'm at the show right now. But the first thing that I want to hit that he said in his speech, he hit on the ATF brace rule. Now, this does not surprise me in the least. I expected him to go into this. He's talking directly to a Second Amendment pro or favorable crowd. Of course, he's going to go after one of the most egregious infringements we've seen in quite a while from the ATF. That's like low-hanging fruit. I fully expected that. But he did call for the retraction of the rule from the ATF around pistol braces. He had said all the right things, the NFA, making them felons, turning them into registering. He said all the right things. Now, not saying that it's going to happen. None of those things. What I'm telling you is he hit on that. But that's not the one that really caught my attention. There's two others that I want to spend a little moment with you around, because he spent an hour and 10 minutes talking. The first one that I want to hit on is national reciprocity. He actually mentioned, as a policy, national reciprocity. Now, the reason that is so important is because we've never had a presidential candidate go down that road, at least a front-leading or a high contender for the presidential nomination, say that on the NRA stage. National reciprocity would be a massive win across the board. Again, I'm not saying if it would or would not. It's not saying Trump or somebody else. I'm just saying he's going after some very core tenets of what is important in the Second Amendment. The national reciprocity, that would be an incredible thing. And I'll do a video more in depth on that later if you're not familiar with that term. But essentially, all of your permitting, everything that revolves around your ability to conceal carry is available to be across state lines. States are going to reciprocate, national reciprocity. This is something that is very, very solid. Now, something else that he said speaks to a little bit deeper beyond the gun rights. He actually went into the fact that criminals were responsible for the crime. He cited some amazing statistics. He brought clarity around the subject, and in my opinion, this was one of the strongest points in this speech, because it puts the onus on criminals, a small minority of the population which is being let free. He drew a very good contrast between the conservative ideals and the liberal ideas, the leftist ideas. He did a very good job from that perspective of this speech. He made it about the criminal element and punishing and capturing the criminal versus your gun rights. So if you zoom out and you take out all the other grievance stuff he said about anything else, and you just focus on the Second Amendment pieces, overall, I expect, again, kind of recap, I expected the ATF statement. I did not expect national reciprocity. That's a solid one. And then I also really like the reinforcing of the cultural war that we're dealing with in this country, where criminal behavior is not the fault of the criminal, it's the fault of the victim. That speaks to something much more broad than just the Second Amendment, and that was really great to hear. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot more on this when I actually have the clips, when I have the time to break it down. I'm going to bring it to you. It's going to be right here on this channel. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you guys enjoy this very high-level recap, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.